So here we are in what may be one of the final videos here. Western Entente sends about 3 tiles from Berlin in 2 directions, and I'm getting close myself. Wow, Central Power's morale jumped up a bit. Don't know what that was about, but up to 12 million casualties. Western Entente 6, I'm at 3.3, so anything here? We're max level on all the techs except for tanks, same as everybody else. Except they're ahead of me on tanks, of course, because I'm the Russians. Actually, is that a unit in here? That is a whole damn core in there. That is a whole damn core that could probably be used in a few places. Like there. So, they're basically just having units running around and just stepping on supply depots to loot supply and keeping on moving. Which I don't think is very World War I at all, but, you know, they can do it. So... do the Cossack. Yeah, we'll do the Cossack. Armenian, you're good. Normal Russians. Oh, do you need some heavy artillery? Not really. Super heavy artillery. It's ironically takes less war supplies. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know what my super heavy units are. But get those going. And I've got some new planes out there. Okay. And here's Vladimir Putin showing up for the party. Do we even have you try to bother assaulting that guy? I mean, you could. What's the point, though? Putin's probably one of the MVPs of this game, so not probably, definitely is one of the MVPs of this game, so we're going to have him marching along. Keep everyone moving. Dietrich's here behind. Oh, you've got an army corps going there. You know what? No. You're going to keep advancing. 2 days. Be there 10 days. Brusilov. What's still in here? Not much. So what's the salt day? Okay, that's good. And that'll be that. I've got some units hanging out in this little town. That's where they're hiding. So that's like a good solid Italian stack there. It's 1,000. And now I'm keeping the guy in Vienna. I'm just not gonna slim down that much. Where troops are. Okay. Gonna hang here and defend for now. You're defending there for now. It's fine. Honestly, rail there so you can draw them into combat. Oh, Von Bulow cornered a guy in there. Okay. We're going for Dresden. They've already... oh yeah, once we go to Dresden, we keep going north. We're going to have to take Dresden, though. They've got some stuff in there. So we'll take it, flip it, and then next turn assault it. So, we'll see what that looks like. National morale is falling a bit. Probably should check to see the reason, but I know part of it's probably just the natural pullback to 0 and the war wariness as things drag on. So we'll take Pilsen and that'll be fine. And those guys can keep advancing. And what may be our final video here. Still have about an hour left. So, we'll see how things go. If we can wrap this up before. The Western Entente still sits 3 tiles in 2 directions from Berlin. I sit 4. So, the race is on to see who will claim the ultimate prize and end this hellacious World War I. Yeah. I mean, look at this. The entire left-hand side of the map here. It's everything the Western Entente's taken. I mean, they're literally taking every town and even fields. So that's probably one thing I could have benefited from a little bit, just using some of the cavalry divisions just to claim extra tiles like that. But hey. So we've had 3 turns in a row without crashing. Let's see if we can make it 4. I'm highly skeptical, but you never know. It's interesting. I don't know where they pulled Falkenhayn from. Because Erich von Falkenhayn was hanging around here by Carlsbad, kind of looking at my forces. That's where Brusilov fought him in Pilsen and retreated there. I'm not sure where the heck he went afterwards. So we shall have to see. It's really taking a little while here. I'll be curious where the final disposition of all the forces ends up being. And the AI is still obviously not the greatest. I'm doing things like, a single rail line out. Actually, by now it's a double rail line, so even if they did take this part of bits, let's go with part of bits, the second line here would connect it. But, and of course, as I say that, they're busy, hitting the supply depots and those Carpathian Mountain passes, so it's not that bad, actually. I stand corrected there. There are several times they've seized Dobrozin from me, or Chernovitz, and drained all the supply and the ammunition out of there, and much to my chagrin. Okay, it's doing the supply. And we'll see how much cohesion Brusilov burns in the assault here. Kills him down. It cost me 1,200 guys. Took out 12. Oh, there's von Buell on Dobrosine, speaking of stealing supplies. Ay, ay, ay. Ironic part is I've stolen all the Austrian war-making places, so I don't even... Lord, that's bad. My Finnish army just got wrecked. Look at that. Over 16,000 dead for 2.5 equal-sized forces. Shoot. That's rough. Oh, Hindenburg's still there. for whatever reason. Well, there's Conrad. Good casualties, though. About 4-1. Force us off it, though. Oh, they're coming across the river. That'll do it. Good job, Denkin, though. This could be a fight at Dresden. There's Conrad. He's moving in. Off, taking it to them. Bunch of checks. Oh, we took like almost no losses. Material losses are pretty high, but manpower almost nothing. We took inflicted some serious casualties there. That's so weird. Now we flipped it around. He did way better. Okay, then. I guess Oscar von Houdier finally attritioned out. Okay, now I'm wrong. He's right there. Okay, well, they liberated Temsvar. Honestly, you come down here, back him up. Now you're free to go around places, so you're gonna save. So you can hook that. Hook that. Okay. There's a core in there. Do I even care to mess with it? Well, maybe. Good sized French army right there helping us out. We were, of course, sieging Dresden. And what is in Dresden? I've got so many units there. It's going to have a hard time seeing. 300 and... okay, that's some combat power in there. Brusilov right on in. Have him on assault. And actually, when will you be there? 4 days. So we'll have you on assault, but we'll have you ready to go. And observation balloon. Okay. We should assault Dresden. Yeah, okay, you're moving to Dresden. That's good. Took the other places. Make sure I'm just not losing the entire front while I'm trying to finish this up. Okay, you're taking some big fights on Chernivtsi. You go to help. Why are you so mollywopped? Oh, you literally have nothing but that. Okay. I like fund infantry research, which I don't need to do. Nope, don't want recruitment mode. You reeled some tanks, we just lost a bunch. Built that. Okay. Got 8 left. Yeah, do that. Well, we're gonna need a lot there. Probably could advance a little bit there. A lot of forces around Warsaw. Hopefully get this cleaned up. And yep, sitting on Dobrzyń. God. Yeah, there's tons of supply at Vienna, so I'm not worried. Even if we get completely severed, we'll be fine. Too far in. Okay. Okay, we take the save. Check the situation quickly. 32, 145, still hanging in there. Alright, let's run it. And I guess I could have had some guys already trying to ford the river. I probably should have had one guy trying to ford the river now that I think about it, to capture it for next turn. But I did not. That should be one hell of a fight in Dresden with all those units there. Complete overkill. So, we still remain 3 turns away. But we'll see. Those final 3 tiles until Berlin, it's all countryside, so there's no places to even fortify. So that'll give me a slight advantage over the 3 tiles that they have to go through. Because coming from Leipzig here, there's 2 cities that they can fortify and have to deal with. And then coming from the northwest here, or yeah, the northwest approach to Berlin, is at least Brandenburg right there. So once we're done with Dresden, we're good. We're going for it. Little von Hindenburg sitting in his pocket right there. Poor guy, nothing he can do about it. Still in the processing phase. Yeah, no, that was a mistake. Definitely not sending even 1 or 2 units here to make sure we claim this tile. In fact, I could have sent 1 unit here and then a second unit to be claiming right up there. Of course, for all I know, there could be some enemies in Lubin there, but I somehow kind of doubt it. I will say the one game when I won is Germany just by taking Paris. I was a little disappointed that knocked out both the West and the East. I thought at least, it'd say, okay, the Western Entente's knocked out, because that would kind of make sense. But I assumed the Eastern Entente might continue to fight on, so then I'd have to, rail on my armies from France and then have to go fight in Russia like Germany was thinking historically. If things went to go according to plan, that's what they were going to have to do. But nope, just game over when you did that. Just because Paris and Berlin are both worth just crazy amounts of victory points. And I guess the real crazy thing would be if I take Berlin here and it doesn't end the game. That would be horrifying. The other thing too is I don't know if supplies and ammunition I can use from the Entente or that just can only come from my own supply lines. My gut says it's probably just my own, the way we're in different factions like that, but because otherwise we've been hooking, linking, rail links. Oh damn it, there it goes. Well, so much for that turn. Let's see if it remembers it or not when we load back in. We're doing really well there. I think those 4 turns without a crash, so it's also kind of sad when that's your metric for what's considered good versus not, but so be it. Okay. You know what? I wonder if those little symbols there means that the turns. What if that has to do with whether the turn's been processed or not? Next to each one of the 3 factions. Those 8 turns remaining in the game. Wow, we're really coming down to the wire here to seize Berlin. Yeah, I think that's what it might mean. Let's look at it. Our conscripts are spent off here. Everything looks fine. Okay, well, in honor of not being using that crash to my benefit, I won't, move any of my units up to speed it up. But believe me, it is tempting. especially if the Entente manages to get a tile closer than me. We'll see. I think maybe I could take Berlin in 2 turns at best case scenario here. Best case scenario. And I think that means there's like nothing in Berlin, no defenses, nothing. And my gut says there's going to be some sort of defenses in Berlin. Because I know like Paris has a bunch of artillery pieces in it. I just don't know about Berlin. Like I think St. Petersburg has the Peter and Paul Fortress, and that's another thing too. I'm just acting like I'm going to get to walk into Berlin, but if they've actually got some real fortifications there, we're pretty low on heavy ammunition. So that could get a little dicey. We'll see. It's a defeat, but Denkin's putting up really hitting them hard as they're advancing. That was a dumb use of militia, but okay. You know what? I think they're abandoning East Prussia, maybe pulling troops back, so I should be advancing in East Prussia. There's Conrad. Took out the Dresden garrison, and the Army Corps helping to defend there. Did cost some serious lives, though. You know why? It's flagging Nikolai as the leader. Oh, well, it took out a bunch of planes. Oh, a bunch of 1918 fighter squadrons. Okay. Very small formation, though. A bunch of cavalry. I think Denkin needs to retreat before he gets encircled. Still, Denkin's fighting like a champ. And let's walk through. Okay, took out a destroyer. That's considered a defeat. Wow, okay. If that's the case, sign me up for more defeats like that. Okay, let's take a look at the Caucasus. You're open, you're not. Well, a bunch of you are open, so we'll just let them sit there. Hopefully force them into combat. Okay. You're trying to be a little shit about that. So you're gonna go there. Cover that. You at the same time. I'm gonna come down the line there. Mop a bunch of them up. Do you know what? That part actually doesn't matter. back the Austrian capital there. Actually, you know what? I'll have you charge there. Well, you're just sitting here, so you attack. They managed to cut the lines. Interesting. That's fine. Go back to harbor. Actually, why don't we send you there? Just go to Odessa. Sitting on Dobrzhin, which means that the rail lines are cut completely. Now, of course, we've got bullets of supply here and still some ammunition coming in, so things are not dangerous yet, but there's Berlin. I've got some units there, all right. Okay. Brusilov down to like almost no ammunition. That's not good. Trying to figure out who has ammunition. Remember, Putnik's got some ammunition. Runninkov's got some ammunition. But of course, none of his munition crates that I could give to Brusilov, which of course is what I want to do. Let's think on this. You know what? You're going to come all the way through. There, make sure that keeps going. Actually, Prague, you make ammunition, don't you? No, is it Pilsen that makes the ammunition? Pilsen makes ammunition. Okay. So we get our butts over to Pilsen and make sure the ammunition keeps coming our way. That's what we make sure happens. And you know what? Okay. So Brusilov's wrecked. He needs to wait. Runninkov can start, but it's going to be slow. It'll be across in 7 days. 8 days. 8 days. Get your cohesion back. Get your cohesion. Okay. Check the reinforcement situation. For the Ukrainians, Balts are fine. They're fine. Armenians need one. Siberians are fine. Cossacks should get one. And... okay. That'll be that. Definitely got some issues going on back there. Take those out. What the hell's going on here? Just trying to walk around through here as much as possible. So we'll go deal with that. And you know what? Rail there as well. And what else is there? Those guys down to help out. Must be the weak part, but you're holding okay. Okay. And once they're across, I'll probably even have one unit just go and stomp on that little militia unit or whatever it is. Take the save game. Take a quick look. 26 morale. Yeah, I mean, their morale. I mean, we're approaching Berlin, and their morale still is not cracked. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You'd think they would have put in some mechanic for, like, a country to surrender once their capital's taken, all their major cities. I mean, like, Austria-Hungary's got, like, nothing left. But they have not, so we carry on the fight. I am a bit concerned about ammunition making it down the line, because especially with these units on the line, supplies aren't going to get through, so that concerns me. Because Brusilov's like flat out of ammunition. I think Renninkov's flat out too, or maybe now. I think Rennikov had a little bit, and then oh, what's his name? Radimir Putnik had some, but Radimir Putnik only has like a single medium artillery brigade. So the long story short is, if I'm not careful, we're not going to have ammunition for the fight for Berlin here, if we need it. Still in the planning phase. So, still the three-way race to get to Berlin. See who gets the honors. I gotta be careful too. We've got this 500 stack sitting here in Karl's. Bad. I think I'm bringing over the army, and it should be enough to make sure this line gets unclogged. And we're bringing that army through here to knock this out too. We may just have to have Brusilov sit back here and help guard, one of the armies sit, probably Brusilov because the ammunition sucks, sit back here and guard the line, just so we don't have issues going in. Yeah. But we shall see. The good news is we're in late September here, so we've got time before bad weather hits. Got basically October and maybe part of November to make this happen, so we've got time. Whether we can do it or not, we'll see. I think we've got, what, 7 turns until the game ends on top of it, so... Massacred those units. They just walked right into me. I didn't even have to go anywhere. Damn lines. See, the AI is a little too obsessed with this whole fanning out stuff and just throwing away units. Yeah, it creates supply hell, but, like, the units just get killed. Got the camel unit now running behind my lines. If that's not a good joke, I don't know what is. That was not a good battle. Okay. Back to the harbor repair. Fix sound of the airplanes. I have to try to take back Dobrezin. Oh, they're going after Costanza. See, they're obsessed with, like, you know, advancing and all this shit, and they're not even defending the damn capital. Conrad's on the move. Bleed for it. Come on, make it. That's interesting. He's trying to outflank me. Oh, you're gonna end up dead. There's just no way around it. But yeah, you're toast. Is it flat considering Budapest not lost? Oh yeah, they've retaken Budapest apparently by just slipping guys through the lines here. Yeah, not actually worth anything. So we'll fall back here. Okay. No, everything's fine there. Okay, we're staring you down. You're guarding Pilsen. Okay. The race is on. Everyone's 2 tiles away. There's the trick. I don't actually know how much Von Bulow has up there, because I did not move up aviation units like I should have been. So we're going to remedy that. Fifth Army's up here. Okay. Be there in 13 days. Brusilov will be there at 5 days. Make that 1. Brusilov has no damn ammunition. So we're going to have you just hold back here. Seven days. Vladimir Putnik hang back. Buy the reinforcements. And you know what? Let's take a look and make sure I'm not close to, like, getting knocked out of the war here. No, I'm not. But... Ah, interesting. It's bad to admit when you forget about the gas attacks in a World War I game, but... Nope. Oh, don't tell me Brusilov's the only one with the heavy artillery. I think that's probably it. So we'll move him up, so then he can be next to Berlin. And we need it to happen. Okay, fighter aircraft. I guess you were being built back there. So hold on, I'm moving everybody. And I can't do that. Somebody needs to stay behind. So Rennenkampf's going to stay behind. Keep the supply line open. Check the time on the video. Getting so close yet so far. Okay. Tankers there to hold the line. You're there to hold the line. Okay. Save the game. Oh, let's purchase some reinforcements. Bolts need some. Okay. Take a quick look. I need to deal with our bad backline situation. Honestly, if I keep you back there. Tarnopol's a depot. It's a good place to keep you. Not letting Lublin go. Okay, starting to run the turn here. The race is still on, 2 tiles away. Yeah, it's interesting. They're not coming from Leipzig anymore, it looks like. Because I've been stuck at Plone and Leipzig for quite some time. They did take Stendal, so of course Brandenburg's next. I need to come up through Leuben there. It's actually a little bit intense trying to make sure we'll get there. Because I don't actually know what 2 units they have in Berlin right now. And of course, you think they'd be railing back, stuff from the line, but they're not. And again, the same way I give them the good old deep penetration, I guess they like trying to do that to me too, so. Wow. Oh. Looking at it. Yeah, we'll see. We're just trying to take Leuben, and we'll save Berlin for the next turn. I just hope we don't have an early snow. If this is an early snow, we're still going for it, but it's just going to get bloody. And I guess I probably should have had somebody attack that little single division or whatever it is just to the northeast and Botzen there of Dresden rather than let him sit there. See, it just kind of floors me that the Western Entente was actually very good at making sure they take every single province, but they don't need to. They need to focus their attacks. I mean, they could have been in Berlin a long time ago, I'm pretty sure. Then of course, I couldn't exactly see what they saw, but just from what I've seen of the AI, pretty sure they would have been okay. And we're bringing up Brusilov, so we should be able to make a gas attack on Berlin to, with mustard gas, hit any units we need to. We'll see who takes it first, because if they take Brandenburg, this will literally come down to the last. We'll have to see whose units end up taking it. Well, I'm impressed. I mean, this is a long, hard slog. I mean, if you want to see the full potential of the game, I mean, this series really shows it. There's no quick victory. We went through all the attacks. Basically running out to the last turn almost. Also, when I'm posting on my videos, of course, this will be in the future, you see this. We're running supply right now. Definitely remember drive to Dresden. Some good alliteration right there. Yeah, it's a big boy Bulgarian corps in there. Hmm. Very good casualties, though. Made him cost, though. See, they're still messing with Rostock up in the north. Well, time for another round in the Caucasus. I mean, I guess that's the ultimate dupe move. Just put all your units in cars. As soon as they try to come out of the mountains, you just rail around every time and get them. I mean, that's all I did, and we scored major amounts of national morale off that. It's too bad. It was a good-looking fight also. Before everyone says, well, that's not realistic. No one keep charging at the same point over and over again. I would like to refer to you to the about 11 or so battles of the Azonzo. So that is very World War I. Okay, knocked him off Dobrzhin. We're down 30,000 guys. Von Bülow can do nothing about it. Was that a single? Oh, that is a big stack in Berlin. Okay, so this is going to come down to some serious shit here. Okay. Get you back to Dobrzhin. We need to rail and do this right. Just pussyfooting around, hoping to just end this and not have to deal with all this stuff, but we're suffering some serious losses here. So much like my Germany game, where I was getting sloppy at the end, my team getting sloppy at the end here. So 7, 7, 9. Okay, So that'll fix that. Fixing this other shit. You're fine, you're fine. You're screwing around here. I'll take care of you, then go back to Sophia. Son of a bitch inside the fort. Oh, of course he is. Well, that's an issue. Because that means we have no more rail lines until that fixes itself. So, we're going to take out von Bülow there first. Okay, the rail line's cut there also. Not a good thing. So, you're actually holding the river. And you guys probably need to say they're holding the river. That makes sense. Some of you other guys need to keep retreating. The French did not clean up this pocket like I was hoping they would. Which, of course, is not their fault. Or an AI. I'm the intelligent human player, not them. But let's do that. 6 days, you rail and get over there. Okay, run columns back here. You're over here. Who's in Berlin? Eugene von Osterreich. Okay. Now, Rennenkampf has to move up. He's got too much to not. You're holding the line, Dietrich. Well, that's bad. Some of you guys went completely off course here. Okay, so that's not good. No, no. And no. So actually, we need to send a small token force here back to hold this. So who does that? Who's the weakest? You are. So you come back to hold that. You got that core holding. You've got that holding. You got everything fine there. Okay. So we're situating ourselves okay there. Where's the most recent depot? Dresden's a depot. Also an artillery factory. Okay, that's good. Check the war production. Serbs, you're good. That. And what? Tanks to be safe? Let's do fighter planes. You know what? Double fighter planes. Potsdam has an arsenal. I don't think you go. That's a 1900 stack. We can mustard gas it. We're going to have to mustard gas it. So, we get everybody up there for the final assault, and then we jam. I pray to God that works, because if that actually doesn't work, I'm going to be in a load of hurt. So we've got our supply lines cut at several positions now. And it's getting bad. Now, hopefully Von Bulow goes down here. Yeah, 21 morale, 139 strength. So we're going to start railing around and taking out people. Which is what needs to be happening. Okay, put you there. Get that guy back so we can have the rail line close. And yeah, because there's like 3 separate cuts. There's a cut here. Budapest is a cut, so we need to take back Budapest and this. Jesus. Okay, this is really getting bad. Okay. Take the save game. And you know what, we're way over, so I'll see you in the next video.